It's been less than a week of Oppenheimer's release and its sex scene have caused some controversy. Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer has been criticized by some viewers in South Asian country. They're branding the sex scene between Florence Pugh and Cillian Murphy featured in the movie as unnecessary and even anti-Hindu. Nolan had previously specified that the intimate scenes in the film were written deliberately and they were needed in the film. Oppenheimer landed on the big screen on July 21st all over the world. It has performed very positively at the box office. But new issues have surfaced online from viewers who didn't like the use of a line from Bhagavad Gita being used in a sex scene. Netizens are very much upset about the way the Bhagavad Gita quote is mentioned during a sex scene. The scene in question involves J. Robert Oppenheimer, played by Cillian Murphy, and Jean Tatlock, played by Florence Pugh.
It's massive opportunities to play in a movie like this anyway. To also play a character that was a huge part of his story and a huge part of his grief.
In this scene, Jean pauses in the middle of the intimate scene to grab a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. She then asks J. Robert to read an extract from it, and Oppenheimer reads the following.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
This is actually an infamous real-world quote by Oppenheimer himself. He released it after realizing what consequences his invention will have on the world.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
Zero would be nice.
We did some research and found out, this is not the first time a quote from the Bhagavad Gita has been used in a Hollywood movie. A pretty controversial orgy scene in Stanley Kubrick's last film Eyes Wide Shut, 1999, featuring Tom Cruise featured lines from the Hindu scripture. And in a similar fashion, it faced a lot of criticism. Following protests from Hindu groups, Warner Brothers had to cut out the lines from the soundtrack completely. In the UK, Oppenheimer received a 15 rating due to infrequent nudity and sexual content. Viewers from India took to social media to share their disappointment in the scene, with viewers taking issue with the use of the religious text. One viewer posted a letter to Christopher Nolan on Twitter, saying they do not know the motivation and logic behind this unnecessary scene on life of a scientist like Oppenheimer. In fact, they called it a direct assault on religious beliefs of a billion-tolerant Hindu. Some even went on to add that it seems like a part of a larger conspiracy by anti-Hindu forces. Some viewers have called for the scene to be removed from the film globally. After this uproar, Boycott Oppenheimer started trending on Twitter. Such allegations have received disagreement from many movie lovers in India, and they continue to show their appreciation for the Christopher Nolan movie. Despite all this, the film is a box office success in India, grossing $3.6 million in its first 2 days of release, comfortably outperforming Barbie, which collected $1.2 million. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to MJ Pop.